Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Prof. JM
Waalaikumsalam
Muslim,
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Min.
Yes. Okay. We are waiting for you really to begin our session today.
Okay.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our last session, and after this session, especially for plenary session, then we would like to close formally this seminar. And for those who have time, we invite you to have free time. But unfortunately, not everybody can be facilitated by committee because our facilitating you or our time to facilitating you is tomorrow, Friday, in the morning, especially for the registered participants. But for foreign participants, especially for the speakers and some participants, we have already provided special tour guide on special facility to have city tour in Manado. You know, Manado is one of the beautiful cities in Indonesia. Then we are obliged to promote to you. Even I'm not Manadese. I'm not from Manado, but it is important for us to promote Manado to you all. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Pak Nuryaman, are you here or another session? You will be here. Or just here? No session? No other session? Okay. Thank you. For these sessions, we have really two languages. The first is English, and the second is Arabic, because one of our speakers come from Arab countries, and one of our speakers is coming from our neighbor. This is close neighbor really, because we have similarities, especially in language, Bahasa Melayu and Bahasa Indonesia. Malay, yeah? Malay, this is, let's say, what we call brother or brother-in-law with Indonesian language. So this is Malay word and Malay language. Okay, for Malaysia, we are going to talk about Al-Wasat principles and its practice in the governments of Malaysia. It includes about how the standardization of halal food and how to translate halal in everyday's life concerning Muslim rights, especially in Malaysia. And will be with us Professor Syarifah Hayaati binti Syed Ismail. Syarifah Hayaati binti Syed Ismail, and now she is on site. Hello, Prof. Syarifah.
Yes, hello, hi.
Yes, okay.
Assalamualaikum, Professor, Dr. JM Muslimin, and the right speakers. Yes.
Yes, you may introduce yourself, yeah, because I'm sorry if I'm mistaken to introduce you. I'm frightened of this. Then please, short of your introduction, you might introduce to the audience. And we have here some participants, of course, from Manado, outside Manado, from Jakarta, and from Yogyakarta, and from Malang, and from Mataram. Some of them also from Solo, and some other cities in Indonesia. And we have also speakers and participants from abroad. This is here Professor Ziegenhain from Freiburg University and President University, Freiburg University in Germany, President University in Bekasi, and we have also researcher from Japan will come soon. And this is beside me, this is Dr. Salem Muhammad Elkoshly from Tripoli University. So he will speak in front of us in Bahasa Arab or in Arabic language. And then almost everybody now pay attention to your speech. So please, you begin. You have time 15 minutes. Please introduce yourself for 1 and 2 minutes, and afterward present your articles. The floor is yours, Professor Syarifah.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much, our moderator for this afternoon session, Professor JM Muslimin. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursaleen wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Alhamdulillah, let me first congratulate the organizers, especially the Graduate School of UIN Sharif Hidayatullah, and also postgraduate program of AIAN Manado and other collaborators for this very important international colloquium on interdisciplinary Islamic studies. I'm happy also to be with everyone here this afternoon, although not on site but online. I would like to also to congratulate the rest of the speakers in this session, which is Dr. Salim and Dr. Muhammad Marakibi. From Tripoli University, Libya, and also from Universitas Islam International Indonesia. Let me begin by introducing a bit about myself, as mentioned just now by Professor Muslimin. I am a professor from Department of Siyasah Sharia, which is Islamic Political Studies, from Academy of Islamic Studies, University of Malaya. I believe many of you, including the participants and the presenters, have a good relationship with University of Malaya, especially the Academy of Islamic Studies. I would love to share the topic of my presentation this afternoon is the Al-Wasat principle and its implications for halal sustainable governance in Malaysia. Okay, and to focus on this topic, I will look into. Can everyone see my sharing my slides? Let me confirm
Yes,
that
yes,
first.
it is clear. It
Yes?
is clear.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
good.
Okay.
Alhamdulillah. Okay. I will focus my presentation on four things, which is what is the principles and concept of al-wasat that we are talking about moderate Muslim. So we will look into this concept that have a meaning, a clear meaning, and a very direct meaning about moderation, and more to that, not only moderation, but moderation also means al-khiyar, al-a'imma, or khairul ummah, the best and equitable fairness society. Yeah, I will come to that later. The second things that I will focus on is the principles and how it relates to Malaysian policies. And the third one is our theme, economic activities, and we'll look at economic activities through halal governance in Malaysia. And the last, the final aspect that I will touch on is Al-Wasat principles and its implications for sustainable halal governance in Malaysia, which I will touch on what are the innovations introduced by the government to boost the development of halal for equitable and fairness, not only Muslim society but also non-Muslim societies, not only in Malaysia but abroad, global societies. Okay, I have to share this very quick because I only have 15 minutes, but don't worry, the slide has already been shared to the moderator, Prof. J.M. Muslim. So everyone, please later you can do further readings about it. Yeah. So to understand about the concept of al-wasat is an Arabic word derived from Arabic word wasata. Al-wasat means excellent, moderate, just, and equitable, and it is also highlighted in one of the Malaysian policy known as Al-Wasatiyah. Our approach, government policy during the former Prime Minister, which is Najib Tun Razak, introduced during that time, 2010. Okay, the term Al-Wasatiyah, AW is a shortened abbreviation to Al-Wasat. Yeah? The term Al-Wasat can be referred to the original word in Arabic language, which is wasat or wasat, which means to be the middle, while Al-Awsat is the middle. And according to Wahbah al-Zuhaili, stated that Al-Wasatiyah بمعنى التوسيط وهو أن يجعل الشيء في الوسط والوسط اسم لما بين طرفين الشيء وهو المعتدل أو ما بين الجيد والرد كما جاء في صحيح الجوهري والأوسط الشيء أفضله وخياره وأعدله يعني العاد الخيار الأوسط في الشيء. I'll try to share my next slide, but it doesn't move. Huh? Okay then.
Napa Badwi?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
okay.
okay, yeah.
So in the context of Ummah, there are three main definitions of al-wasat or wasatiyah. The first is just and equitable or al-ad, and the second is mu'tadil, which we said just now, which is moderate and balanced. And the third is al-khair wal-afdal, the best and chosen, with the intention of not being excessive, no extremes, no beyond the limit, unbalanced division, unfair, bias, discrimination, or in other words, al-khiyar. And this is can be referred in Surah Al-Baqarah, آية 143 وكذلك جعلناكم أمة وسطا لتكونوا شهداء على الناس ويكون الرسول عليكم شهيدا. And I bold the word أمة وسطا, just and balanced ummah. So in Al-Quran we refer, for example, to Surah, which is Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 143, Ayah 143. The term used in the Al-Quran is أمة وسطا, and the other term used in Al-Quran is Khaira Ummah, which is Surah Al-Imran, Ayah 1110. Kuntum Khaira Ummatin. We are the best Ummah from the perspective of Islam. And according to Ibn Manzur, Al-Wasatiyah means to be fair or just, is to be unbiased, impartial, or balanced. Khairul Umuri Awsatuha, as Prophet Muhammad said in the Hadith. And this is already explained before. So it also means adhere to the truth according to Ibn Manzur. The Muslim scholars are of the opinion that al-wasat refers to moderation and just people who refrain from committing major sins and abstain from any action that damages dignity. So we can understand that there are several principles, including according to Ibn Miskawih, which is 4 principles highlighted. According to Ibn Miskawih in his famous book, Al-Akhlaq, in his famous book Al-Akhlaq, which is also referred by Imam Al-Ghazali. There are 4 principles of Al-Wasat or Al-Wasatiyah, which is Al-Iffah, Al-Ad, Al-Hikmah, and Al-Shaja'ah. So from these principles, main elements highlighted by Ibn Miskawih, I try to understand what are the al-wasatiyah and how these al-wasat or al-wasatiyah from the government, Malaysian government policies, and how it implement and give implications to the policies, including the halal governance in Malaysia. So we have highlighted 4 principles, which is dignity and self-motivation, al-ad, justice and equilibrium, or al-hikmah, wisdom, and also professionalism, and al-shaja'ah, bravery, courage, and innovation, the bravery to innovate new good, whether in when we talk about halal, it's not only food but also product and services. So we look at Al-Wasat principle and Malaysian policy. So in Malaysia, the moderation or Al-Wasat or Al-Wasatiyah is introduced in 2010, known as Al-Wasatiyah, government approach. It considered as government approach and highlighted in Prime Minister's speeches, during that time, and continued until today. Even it is not highlighted as wasatiyah because today's government highlighted the policy of Malaysia Madani, but the elements and principle of al-wasat or wasatiyah is continued in the policies. Besides this wasatiyah policy, there are other 6 major frameworks that enable al-wasat to flourish and become one of the government's focus in the policies, programs, conducted by the government. It includes first and foremost our framework in the country is that the constitution, the federal constitution, the Federal Constitution's Article 3 provides that Islam is the religion of the Federation, but other religions can also be practiced safely and peacefully in any part of the Federation. So this is the very basic of any Islamic values, any good values to be inculcated in the country, including in government policies. The second is the inculcation of Islamic value policy, or in Bahasa we call it as Dasar Penerapan Nilai-Nilai Islam. The third one is the provision of human development education policies, including under the Malaysia Plan and our Vision 20 now is 2050 and the NKRA. Okay. The fourth that is closely related to Al-Wasatiyah is National Integrity Plan, and the fifth is Islam Hadari, and the sixth, which is now under the Prime Minister, Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim, is Malaysia Madani. So all those 6 major policies and framework of the country allowing these al-wasat policies, approaches to continue in the country, and therefore one of the things that we want to highlight about al-wasatiyah is halal governance in Malaysia. And when we talk about the implications of al-wasatiyah for halal governance, sustainable halal governance in Malaysia, halal governance in Malaysia has already established since 1974, and up to today, there are several and numerous modification, innovations, challenges faced by the country, by the agencies, especially JAKIM, Department of Islamic Development Malaysia, which is the main authority of the country on halal matters and halal governance. And this is more during this digital age, during this digital age where the main highlight of the people is customer interest. The main highlight of governance during this age is customer satisfaction. So to that, halal agencies have provided many channels, online channels, websites, and things like that to cater the need of the public. So one of the interests of the digital era is public satisfaction and public interest must not be forgotten. It's not only top-down governance, but also bottom-up governance, whereby the bottom-up governance means the public interest, public input, putting into highly consideration by the government. JAKIM and the State Islamic Religious Departments are the only government-approved halal certification bodies. I am zooming into the aspect of halal certifications rather than other aspects. We know that halal governance means a lot, including the export and import of halal products. But my focus is more on halal and logo halal certifications. Malaysian halal governance is also open. We have a good collaboration with Indonesia, with our neighboring country, with Singapore, with Australia, with Brunei Darussalam, and up to today, halal certification, Malaysian halal certification is recognized by 88 countries. And the scale of halal industry in Malaysia, in terms of halal export, were valued at 59 billion in 2022, and it is accounting to be more than this in 2030. Yeah, uh, up to 70 billion in 2030, or even more than that. Yeah, and Malaysia also recorded a total of 1,876 enterprises exporting halal products since 2019, with 1,430 companies being small and simple companies. Yeah. And halal certification not only serves religious purposes, but has also transformed the halal governance practices of the regulators and industry. And as a result, halal certification has been used as a religious identity, religious of quality, marketing strategy, product standard, and compliance among companies. These are the evolutions of halal governance in Malaysia since 1974, and now we have halal industry master plan to 2030. So these are how the halal governance evolved in the country since 1974. Halal governance in digital age, I've mentioned just now that the main aspect of halal governance in digital age is to meet the interests of the people. And one area is by looking into what are their complaints to the government in relates to halal certifications. And with that, according to my research with my team, few years back, we managed to compile what are the complaints by the people, by the customer. So we found 5 major main complaints about halal certification governance or halal certificate management, which is around up to today, not only to 2018, but these are the numbers of public complaints around this time, which is before the COVID-19. Yeah. So this is before COVID-19 data. So we can see that there are 5 complaints actually, include delayed management response, cumbersome processes in managing halal certification, expensive fees, doubtful about halal status, and confused in use of halal logo. So these are the main complaints by the customers around this. And up to today, these are also complaints by the customers. Yeah, still a complaint, and I will share with you what are the action taken by the government, by the agencies, especially JAKIM, which is the authority for halal certification. These are the innovation, and we hope that with the element of al-wasat, which means innovations, which also means professionalism, the JAKIM, especially as a central authority of the country, did some new innovations to answering the public complaints, yeah, and public interest, which is we followed the maslahah of the people maslahah, the benefit and the interest of the people. So what are the innovations? There are 11 innovations from these 5 major complaints of the public. In terms of delayed management, the government, which is JAKIM authority, has reduced the processing time for halal certificate applications, which from 50 days to to 1 month to 30 days. And through our readings and through our discussion with authority, the JAKIM authority, JAKIM itself, is in a process to reduce to give more quicker solution to the halal certificate application, which is less than 30 days. Yeah. Second is assigning several officers, personnel, staff at the corporate cooperative unit to manage complaints. And the third innovation is that introducing smart halal application, whereby this is digital era, where the applications, everything is using website and online, and also to make things easier to JAKIM to do the follow through and follow up action. Whereas the second complaint about cumbersome processes, JAKIM also established my e-halal system to make it easy for registered industries to verify the progress of their halal certificate application. They have online services for application. They have provided, the JAKIM provided online application apps also to verify whether their application is successful or not through an application of my e-halal system, and provided various online and offline public complaints channels also. Besides that, JAKIM also operates special halal counter at the Putrajaya to meet the and to meet any interest and complaint or any input suggestions by the public. Besides that, JAKIM also initiate Malaysia Halal Certification Immediate Initiative programs, and this is an ongoing program from time to time. For the third complaint about expensive fees, JAKIM also suggests to avoid any middlemen, any consultants to apply halal certificate for industries, to avoid any increasing fees. Yeah. JAKIM opens reveals the halal certificate processing fees to the industry. This is openly and without any closure, so public can see what are the fees, publicly open what are the fees that are provided by the authority. Okay, and also a Malaysian Halal Certification Procedure or Manual online. The fourth complaint is about the confirmation of halal status, whether the product is halal or not. Yeah, is also in the various website, and also double the number of inspection officers to form the task. And the final complaint, which is the fifth complaint, major complaint, is doubt regarding the usage of the halal logo, and this also can be checked through Smart Halal and Verify Halal, which can be used and scanned through smartphone and through the product code. Yeah, so make things easier for everyone to check whether this product is halal or not. You just need to have these apps, which is Smart Halal or Verify Halal, and just scan code, and from there you can get whether this halal, this product is a halal product or non-halal product. Yeah. And organize public awareness programs. For example, JAKIM makes so many programs to bring awareness to the public on how to apply, how to use the apps and things like that. Okay, so let me conclude my presentation. I'll bring the concept and principles, and taking the four principles of Al-Wasat according to Ibn al-Miskawi, whereby we need to have what it means to have moderate society, what it means to have al-wasatiyah in government. It means that it needs to have innovations. It means that we must apply the fairness and equitable policies to the public. We must listen to the public in this digital era, because public is one of the component in good governance in Islam as well, in Siyasa Syarif. Yeah, as well as in Idara al-Islamiyah. So therefore, we look in focus to halal governance, and we found that in many complaints, there are 5 major complaints to halal activities, halal management, and with that 5 complaints, we come to see that the agencies, the JAKIM, has try its best to perform new innovations, especially in the digital era, in the digitalization era, whereby halal verification, smart halal, e-halal, is introduced and established by the government. So I have highlighted the 5 complaints with the 11 innovations, and hope with that we can see that this halal governance in Malaysia and in other countries can be more cherished and more developed, and give a strong belief to the customer that using halal logo and halal certifications is not about halal, is also about quality. With that, thank you very much, Prof. JM
Okay.
Muslimin. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay. Assalamu warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Professor Syarifah, for your enlightening speech. And the next, we want to hear, let's say, 10 minutes until 12 minutes, the speech from our beloved brother, Dr. Salem Muhammad Elkoshly. Salem Muhammad Elkoshly studied in the University of Tripoli, Faculty of Economics, and then he continued his study in UIN Malang, East Java, with the concentration of Islamic economics, and graduated from School for Graduate Studies, Pasca Sarjana, UIN Syarif Hidayatullah Jakarta, and his dissertation is also on economics. أخونا العزيز الدكتور سالم محمد الكشلي يود أن يبلغ أو يلقي أمامنا التقديم تحت العنوان الاقتصاد الشعبي بالمقارنة بالأحوال الاقتصادية في بعض الدول في الشرق الأوسط. وكما علمنا أن أخانا سالم هو متخرج من جامعة طرابلس في كلية الاقتصاد، وواصل دراسته في مالان، ثم تمت الدكتوراه في يعني Pasca Sarjana, Sekolah Pasca Sarjana Syarif Hidayatullah Jakarta. وله من الوقت 10 دقائق تقريبا إلى 12 دقيقة، فلتفضل مشكورا.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. بداية أتقدم بالشكر والجزير للأخوة المنظمين الملتقى العلمي، فلهم جزير الشكر والاحترام، كما أتقدم بالشكر كل المشاركين والحاضرين. مبادئ وممارسات الاقتصاد الإسلامي في العالم الإسلامية. الاقتصاد الإسلامي كما نعرف أنه هو ممارسات في الأمة الإسلامية، هو اقتصاد مجموعة من الأصول العامة التي نستخرجها من القرآن والسنة، وفي البناء الاقتصادي الذي يقام على أساس تلك الأصول بحسب كل بيئة وكل عنصر. ونقصد بالأمة الإسلامية هنا الدول الإسلامية المعاصرة والتي تدين بالإسلام دينا رسميا، وشعوبها. هنا سوف نتطرق إلى الاقتصاد الشعبي المرتبط بهذا الدين لكل الشعوب في الديانة الإسلامية وممارستها وفق القيم والعقائد والأحكام التي يؤمن بها. وسوف نتطرق لأخذ مثال على الاقتصاد الشعبي في أندونيسيا كنقطة محددة. بداية يمكن القول بأن تاريخ ظهور الاقتصاد الإسلامي كان بداية منذ بداية التشريع، منذ حياة رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم عليه أفضل الصلاة والسلام. كان نموذجا للتطبيق في كافة والقواعد الإسلامية، ومنها القواعد المرتبطة بالنظام الاقتصاد الإسلامي الذي اتبعه الخلفاء الراشدون رضي الله عنهم، كما في كافة المعاملات والقضايا المعاصرة الاقتصادية. وفي نهاية هذا القرن التاسع عشر الميلادي بداية لعلماء الأمة يتجهون إلى الاقتصاد الإسلامي وتتبع به الباحثون، حيث تتبرر في علوم الاقتصاد الإسلامي المعاصرة، وجلها في أعمال المجامع الإسلامية والمجامع الفقهية، وخاصة بعد ظهور المصارف الإسلامية وزيادة القوة على يد العلماء المعاصرين. إذن هذه يتمتع هذا الاقتصاد بخصائص كثيرة. إنه لا يشابه الأنظمة الاقتصادية الأخرى كالرأسمالية والاعتماد عليها في القواعد، يعتمد على النظام في صياغته في مبادئه وكافة القواعد والتشريعات. إذن يرتبط الاقتصاد الإسلامي بمجموعة من القيم والأخلاق التي يحافظ عليها ديننا، مما هذه الصفات الحميدة التي هي الصدق والأمانة ومراعاة لكافة الحلال والحرام في كافة الأنشطة الاقتصادية. إذن يعد هذا الاقتصاد من الواقع الذي يهتم بالطبيعة التي يهتم بها في الحالة الاجتماعية والحالة الاقتصادية، خاصة بعد ازدياد الأفراد في حاجتهم لهذا الاقتصاد. مما يتمتع به هذا الاقتصاد الإسلامي له علاقة في العلوم الاقتصادية الإسلامية بعلم فقه المعاملات. إذن النظام الإسلامي له صلة وثيقة في خاصة في الزكاة، وثم في فقه العبادات والنفقات والفرائض، وثم الأسرة، بناء على هذه الأبواب التي تشمل العقود والتصرفات المالية كعقد البيع والإجارة والمرابحة والرهن والكفالة وغيرها من العقود التي تحتاج إليها الشركات في الوقف وغيرها والوصية من ذلك هذه العقود في التصرفات المالية. إذن من هذه المبادئ نقول مبدأ الملكية العامة ومبدأ العدالة الاقتصادية ومبدأ التكافل الاجتماعي. إذن من هذه المبادئ الثلاثة نجد أنه يختلف هذا الاقتصاد على النظام الرأسمالي وفي نوعيته في الملكية، ويقرر اختلافا في وجهة نظره الاقتصاد الرأسماليين، يؤمن لهم شكل الفرد للملكية للاقتصاد الذي يلغي الملكية الاشتراكية الخاصة للأفراد نهائيا. مبدأ الحرية الاقتصادية المقيدة، أن الرأسمالية تعمل على تحقيق مبدأ الحرية للفرد، وهي حرية الاستهلاك وحرية الإنتاج، وهذه الحرية مطلقة لا تحددها حدود ولا تحكمها قيود، ولكن الاقتصاد الإسلامي يضمن لها الحرية تحت غطاء مجموعة من القيم. إذا مبدأ العدالة هو مبدأ في الاقتصاد الإسلامي جزء من العدالة، يحقق في مجتمعنا تكافل بين الجوانب الحياة الإنسانية والاجتماعية والاقتصادية. إذن لدينا مبدأ الرابع وهو مبدأ التكافل الاجتماعي، حيث يضمن الاقتصاد الإسلامي اقتصاد طوعي بين الأفراد والمجتمع، مما يضمن لهم آلية في التصرف في الأموال والزكاة والصدقات وغيرها. مكونات هذا الاقتصاد له مؤسسات اقتصادية وله مؤسسات مالية وتشريعية فلذلك وهو جزء يتمثل من وحدة الاقتصاد الهادفة في الربح، سواء كانت على شكل وحدات فردية أو على شركات تعددية أو خاصة أو قطاع عام أو حكومي. من ضمن هذه المؤسسات التي تشمل هذه القطاعات المصارف والتأمين ومؤسسات الاستثمار وشركات التوظيف التي تحتاج إلى توظيف الأموال. لدينا سلطات اقتصادية هي تتحكم في الاقتصاد بحيث تحافظ وتراقب على هذا القطاع من أجهزة وتوجيهات، منها أجهزة الرقابة على المال، ومنها أسواق النقد والأسواق في بيت المال كما كان في بداية الصرف في العهود السابقة. بذلك كانت سلطات تشريعية مثل الوحدات الحكومية التي تتولى وضع القوانين وبعض التشريعات حتى تسن وتحكم بها الملكية والحقوق للأموال. نظرا للمؤسسات الاقتصادية التعليمية لها دور كبير في معرفة هذا الاقتصاد الإسلامي، منها المدارس والجامعات والكليات التي تهتم بهذا العلم في تخريج الطلاب من العنصر البشري الذي يحتاج لإدارة هذا الاقتصاد الإسلامي. نطرق الأمثلة على أدوات الاقتصاد الإسلامي، فهي أدوات التمويل كما في المؤسسات المصرفية، فهي المضاربة والمرابحة والمشاركة وبيع السلم، وكثير منها مثل عقود الإجارة وعقود مزارعة وغيرها التي غير موجودة في مؤسساتنا المالية. منها استثمارية كالمضاربة التي تحقق الربح في توزيعه بين الأرباح ولا يوزع هذا الربح إلا بعد إعادة رأس المال. ونجد أن المرابحة هي ذات قريبة للتجارة العامة التي يتم عنها تداول ما يملك البشر بشراء بعض السلع والأساسيات الضرورية التي يحتاج سواءها شراؤها إما تكون نقدا أو بالتقسيط. بذلك تسهل هذه العملية للمرابحة الإسلامية. والمشاركة هي اشتراك أكثر من شخص أو جهد في قيمة معينة من المال، تكون ملكية العمل والأرباح والخسائر موزعة عليهم جميعا سواء. بيع السلم هو الذي أن يسلم المشترك رأس مال البائع حتى في مجلس العقد قبل أن يسلم السلعة التي اشتراها، على أن يعطيه إياها البائع بعد تحديد أوصافها. بعض التطبيقات المعاصرة في الاقتصاد الإسلامي منها نجدها في البنوك والفروع الإسلامية الخاصة في البنوك، والتي تستمد منها الشركات والمؤسسات بالتأمين الإسلامي وصناديق التأمين، ومنها التكافل الخاصة وتحقيق الرعاية الاجتماعية تحت هذه الصناديق الاستثمارية التي هي أدوات من أدوات التمويل الإسلامي التي تمارس عليها الصيغ الإسلامية بشكل منظم في الوحدات الاقتصادية التي لها هادفة للربح وتحقيق هذا المستوى. هناك بعض الوحدات للربح مثل الوقف الخيري أو الوصايا لها خصوصية خاصة، وهناك أسواق المالية التي يتم فيها تداول مجموعة من الأوراق والصكوك الإسلامية تحت هيئات المحاسبة والمراجعة في المؤسسات المالية الإسلامية. إذن الاقتصاد الشعبي في أندونيسيا نحدد هذا المثال لأن الدول الإسلامية كثيرة، وحددنا دولة أندونيسيا هو نظام اقتصادي يعتمد على اقتصاد الشعب كقوة، فهو في كافة اقتصاده ونشاطه يقوم عليه بعض الناس من خلال إدارة هذه الموارد الاقتصادية والاجتماعية في مختلف مستوياتها، مما يحتاج إلى إدارة وسيطرة عليها من أهمها أنه يكون الشعب قادر على التحكم في الاقتصاد الوطني بذلك ككل، لأن المشاكل الاقتصادية تأتي من الناس أنفسهم، في سبيل المثال البطالة ونقص التوعية في الموارد البشرية على سبيل المثال. ومساهمة الشعب الاقتصادية في الانتعاش تمثل بحوالي 50-60% من الاقتصاد الأندونيسي، بذلك تكون الشركات الصغيرة والمتوسطة هي التي تدعم النشاط الاقتصادي في الشعبي. ظهور الاقتصاد الشعبي له فترة طويلة، كما كان بونج هاتا هو الدافع وراء هذا النظام الشعبي في أندونيسيا في 1933 ميلادي. بصفته رجل الدولة في مؤسسة جمهورية أندونيسيا كتب مقال بعنوان الاقتصاد الشعبي في أندونيسيا. من هذه الأهداف الرئيسية للنظام الشعبي يعمل على توفير العيش وتوفير الضمان الاجتماعي، والعمل على توزيع الملكية وإجراءات التعليم في مجانا للأطفال باستثناء دون استثناء، وأن يكون لكل مواطن حرية في إيجاد اقتصاد، وأن يصبح عضوا فيها عضوا مساهما. تنفيذا للاقتصاد الشعبي هناك بعض القوانين والمواد التي تنظم جهد الأفراد وجهد الجماعات وجهد الدولة في تخضع للسيطرة لهذه الموارد الموجودة لكي تشتغل بشكل طبيعي في وتحقق الرفاهية الممتازة لدوران الاقتصاد الشعبي. إذا من مبادئ هذا الاقتصاد مكوناته الأساسية تماشيا مع المواد التي ذكرناها في الفقرات في القانون الأندونيسي 27 من دستوره 1945 في الحق على الحصول وظيفة ومعيشة كإنسان. بذلك كل فرد من أفراد المجتمع يحتاج إلى هذا الاقتصاد وبشكل منظم بمشاركة في عملية الإنتاج. بذلك قد يكون الفرد هو جزء من أجزاء هذا الاقتصاد وبشكل جماعات أو أفراد، وتنظم هذه المشاركة في منافع الإنتاج كما حث عليها الاقتصاد الإسلامي وحث عليها في القانون الأندونيسي في 1945 لتفعيل ضوابط تسيير الاقتصاد الوطني. إذا من خصائص هذا النظام الشعبي له خصائص كثيرة: آلية العدالة في السوق، ثم القدرة على خلق تنمية مستدامة، وثم توفير ضمانات للمجتمع حيث يحصل على تسهيلات وضمانات تيسيرية لتسيير بعض أعماله في هذا الاقتصاد الشعبي، وتحقيق لحقوق المستهلك للتعامل في هذا الاقتصاد بشكل آخر وبإنصاف. إذا من مزاياه أيضا نجد أن الاقتصاد الإسلامي يتمتع باقتصاد شعبي من قاعدة مكونة من الفقراء وبعض المعاملات القانونية التي تحتاج إلى دوران الأموال في الاقتصاد، بحيث يسهل الاقتصاد الإسلامي دوران هذه العملية في المساواة الاجتماعية. إذن نجد ما يتيح للفرصة للنظام والحكومة في المزيد من الاهتمام بهذا النظام من خلال ممارسته المتنوعة، كما نعرف أنه استخدام النظام كوسيلة في تحفيز الأنشطة الاقتصادية والإنتاجية، ويمكن أيضا المعاملات في عملات الإنتاج والتوزيع والاستهلاك وغيرها. إذن لابد لكل نظام اقتصادي له عيوب. إذن نتطرق إلى بعض العيوب التي كانت تحديات للاقتصاد الشعبي. من هذه العيوب الغير مألوفة توزيع الأموال بين الناس. لا نستطيع القول أن نوزع الأرباح إلا بشكل منظم تحت إدارة هذا الاقتصاد، ويمكن أن يتسبب في إجراء بعض المشاريع الصغرى والمتوسطة الغير قادرة على إدارة نفسها. بذلك تحدد لهم ضوابط وبعض التشريعات حتى يتمكنوا من دوران هذه الأموال وتوزيعها بشكل عادل وفهم الناس للاستثمار. أحيانا تغيب بعض الفقرات عليهم في يشكل عليهم بطء في الاقتصاد، لتدعم الحكومة بشكل مباشر دوران هذه العملية، ويصبح دور الحكومة في النهاية هو المسيطر والمنظم على هذه الاقتصاديات الشعبية. يتطلب النظام الاقتصادي إشرافا صارما، لأنه إذا تم تخفيف الرقابة عليه يكون عرضة للفساد، أيضا كمثل المؤسسات الحكومية يتطلب عليها الرقابة لبعض الأنشطة. إذن من وفق الاقتصاد الإسلامي، الاقتصاد الشعبي في أندونيسيا، فهو اقتصاد يتمتع بازدهار وعدالة. لذلك نجد أن الحياة الناس من مقاصدها هي مقاصد قيم الإسلام والأخلاق والتبادل والأمانة. نجد أن الرفاهية في الحياة الاقتصادية مبنية على الأعراف والأخلاق الإسلامية. إذن نجد أن الاقتصاد الإسلامي في أندونيسيا يعمل منذ فترة طويلة في المؤسسات وتصميما لتحديد تعاونيات كأساس تطبيقي في هذه تحقيق العدالة والمساواة. يحول الاقتصاد الإسلامي إلى المؤسسات التعاونية من خلال المتوقع أن يكون بين المؤسسات لجعل النظام الإسلامي كاقتصاد شعبي، تحقيقا لذلك بالنظر إلى الإمكانيات الهائلة للتعاونيات التي تصل بها إلى أصغر طبقات المجتمع. وشاكرين على حسن انتباهكم وشكرا. شكرا بروف مسلمين.
أيوه، نشكر فضيلة الدكتور سالم محمد الكشلي أحسن الشكر. فكما قلنا على أنه تحدث عن الاقتصاد الشعبي في إندونيسيا، وقليل تحدث مقارنة بالاقتصاد الشعبي في البلدان الأخرى، وبالخصوص في بعض البلدان في الشرق الأوسط. Now we have interactive dialogue, and the time is for the audience. There are two kinds of audience. We have on-site audience or online audience, and we have also offline audience. So is there any audience from the outside audience who has special question, comments, or critical remarks for both of speakers? Please, you may ask directly from your mic. No one? Okay. Then we ask here offline audience. For the first is Professor Syarifah, has talk on the principle of wasatiyah, especially in halal management in Malaysia. And the second is, it is also about Islamic economics from our beloved Dr. Salim Muhammad Elkoshly. It is about what we call it as people principle of economics, or principle of economics in Indonesian society, in comparison with some states in the Middle East. Yeah. Okay. I hope, Professor Ismail, this is our philosophy. So you have critical remarks for both first speaker and the second speaker, I think, because it seems to me that from early morning, you have something here to express, yeah? But our time is limited, so we cannot give you more time. Then now we have more time for you. Please, you give special remark for both Malaysian presenter and Libyan presenter, and I know you speak also both English and Arabic. Okay, please, Professor Ismail. Yeah.
Actually, my first question, I wasn't planning to ask, but since you urged me, I like to ask about halal certificates in Malay and in Indonesia, in Turkey as well. In Turkey, we also are getting much halal certificates for many things, not only for meat and stuff. Now we start having the halal certificate for water. Water is halal, in fact, unless contrary proven. Something is halal. Dr. Salim will come to that point as well. Anything is halal in the nature unless it is proven contrary. So someone has to prove it's haram. Someone has to prove it's dirty. And my question goes like that, actually when we start calling everything is halal, and the halal table, halal food, halal clothes, it's nice. But there is a problem in there, because in the verse of the Quran, halal comes with tayyib. Not the Tayyip Erdogan, but it comes with the halal, with the quality of tayyib. I think our Ustaz mentioned about to continue to ask for something halal and the quality. I think quality is related to tayyib. So halal and tayyib should go together. But do you think it is causing some sort of problem as well? Not only for Muslim-wide, also for those who are non-Muslim. Because we are living in the societies, we have also non-Muslims. I understand the idea, I agree the idea. Calling something halal indicates there is something nice and goodness in it. But when we keep overemphasizing halal, are we not neglecting tayyib aside? And also, since we keep overemphasizing the halal certificates on those things, are we kind of putting, especially in industry, she mentioned about the industry of halal, are we not also pushing something, some companies are paying to get these halal certificates, and maybe small companies and some other companies are not so much easy for having the halal companies. Are we not leaving them out, although they are also halal, although they are also ready for Muslim consumption? Because there's a problem, in the Jewish tradition, they have a kosher. But kosher has caused Jews to have conflict about these things. After a while, they said, okay, we are not listening anything about the kosher things. They leave the theology of Judaism, not only they left their God in some way or another, So is it not a conflict? So I'm asking this question for her, and then for Dr. Salim as well. In Libya, ahlan wa sahlan bi wahayyikum. And in Libya, for example, majority are Muslim. So, 99%, whatever, yeah. And when we have the Muslims in Libya, for example, similarly to halal things, when we talk about the Bunukul Islam, Bunukul Murabaha, Bankul Murabaha, are you calling them also Islamic banking in Libya? If you are calling them in Islamic banking, in Turkey, they are not called Islamic banking. People know they are trying to apply or implement the halal trading. So it's not only for food, for also trading as well, Dr. Salim. So I am wondering, when Libyan people, when they face, and also including Indonesian friend, Orangas as well, but how they react, those banks in general, to think them they are purely in line with the Quranic hikmah, Quranic wisdom. The reason behind my question is that because Quranic wisdom is to be for everyone, and accessibility, sustainability, this and that. So when we see these Islamic banking works, they are great, I support them. If I have a chance, I always try to follow their action. But when we overemphasize those things, also once again, are we putting the trade, to separate the trade, Islamic and non-Islamic? And also in the experience, I'm sure in Libyan experience, in Turkey experience, I don't know, Indonesian experience, but they have only maybe 5-10% of the trade. So what are we doing? That's my question. Thank you very much for Salim and the doctor in the University of Malaya. Jazakumullah, Muslimin.
Okay. Thank you very much, Professor Ismail from Istanbul University. Is there any question from the audience?
Okay, me, Ulfa.
Ulfa, oh yeah, okay, please.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you for my chance. to Professor Dr. Syarifah. My question is short. In the digital age, people can easily buy online. For example, me buying cosmetic and food, buyer don't know whether it is halal or not. How the Malaysian government overcomes this problem? Okay, to Dr. Salim, I want to ask you, what is gender equality and justice in terms of the economy in your country, in Libya? Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Now the questions. If there's still another question, okay, please. Yeah, okay, the third. Afterwards, Dr. Muhammad Adnan. Okay, this is the third. Okay, please.
Thank you very much, Prof. I am Hendrik. My question addressed to Professor Syarifah. Yeah. It is about halal certificate. Yeah. As we know, the authority who organized this halal certificate was MUI. Yeah. And now the official government taken by religion ministry. Yeah. How about in Malaysia? This halal certificate, yeah, organized by what? By the government or like here in Indonesia? Yeah. And what is your opinion about which one is better, organized by MUI or by the official government? Thank you very much, Prof.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, this is the third and the fourth, please, Dr. Muhammad Adnan.
Okay, شكرا. السؤال موجه إلى سعادة دكتور سالم الكشلي الليبي بشأن الاقتصاد الإسلامي. توجه العالم إلى البلدان الإسلامية وبالخصوص البلدان في قارة أفريقيا، البلدان الإسلامية في قارة أفريقيا الشمال، بما فيها الملك بن العزيز الليبي والسودان ومصر. نحن كالأمة الإسلامية نرى وجوهنا تجاه الدول الإسلامية بما تعمل فيها بشأن الاقتصاد الإسلامي. الأنظار في بعض المسلمين مظاهر تتكلم أن الاقتصاد الإسلامي ليس بفارق كبير بالنسبة للاقتصاد التقليدي، حيث أنهم قالوا البلدان الإسلامية وبالخصوص في قارتكم الأفريقية الشمالية لم يكن مثيلا أو ممثلا بتطبيق الاقتصاد الإسلامي، وبخصوص بسبب حالتها الاقتصادية في حالة التدني بسبب الكثير من الدوافع. فالسؤال المطروح هي بشأن عدم الوثوق بعض المسلمين بمثابة لا فارق بين البنوك الإسلامية والبنوك التقليدية، حيث إن المنتهى هو نفس الممر. هذا هو، وعلاوة على ذلك ليس فيه دليلا ظاهرا أن الدول الإسلامية يعملون بالشريعة الاقتصاد الإسلامي لها تقدم في بلدانهم. هذا هو، ما هي المعوقات بين الاقتصاد الإسلامي كما شرحتم مع البلدان الإسلامية خاصة في القارة الأفريقية الذي أنتم فيها. هذا هو، وشكرا.
Okay, thank you very much. The last question from Dr. Muhammad Adnan. And now we come back to our presenters. The first is Professor Syarifah. Professor Syarifah, did you hear some questions and comment very well?
Yes, I am. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
okay, you're welcome. Please, it is your time.
Yes, thank you so much for all the questions from the presenters, the offline presenters. Alhamdulillah, I'm happy. I'm trying my best to give answers from the Malaysian experience. First questions comes from Prof. Ismail. Thank you, Prof. Ismail. I agree with you that everyone also knows that when we talk about halal, it's not just about halal, which is in terms of slaughtering based on halal, not only alcoholic drink or ingredients, but halal also means طيب halalan طيبا. So the aspect of طيب here is also means that the product, the services, and the food, for example, is have several standards of quality, which is cleanliness, which is also we have halal kitchen, which is also means the ingredients, all ingredients is not harmful to health. Yeah, so the process of producing the product, yeah, the elements of al amana means also halal services. Yeah, so this is not only agreed by the Muslims, but also non-Muslim nowadays. They look for these halal standards, including, for example, in finance sector, in economic sector. They're also now looking into the Islamic finance, for example. So in terms of halal certifications in Malaysia, for now, it is not compulsory to any industries, small, medium, and heavy industries, to go for halal certification. It is just a voluntary, which is encourageable to every industries to have these halal certifications and halal logo certified by our authority, which is Department of Islamic Development in Malaysia, or in short, JAKIM. So there also, however, an idea to put everything in compulsory, but it is under discussion by the government authorities. Yeah, but if the people understand that halal means good in every aspects, and halal now have a great market globally, many have looked that halal is one aspect of economic development to the industries, whereby the product and the services, especially products and foods, can not only cater to the Muslims but also non-Muslims, and non-Muslim product can also cater to Muslims population. So they see that this is a good opportunity for economic development. So halal again means not only in the aspect of halal what we understand, but also halal is a second aspect of halalan tayyiban, which means give emphasis on health matters, give emphasis on cleanliness matters and things like that. Yeah. So not to say that yeah, that there's a idea misunderstanding. I'm sorry. On that halal means only for Muslims, but when they understand that halal means equality, oh, sorry. Sorry, everyone. So if we have a clear understanding about what is halal all about and why halal certification is important, I believe there's no no misunderstanding about it. What that come across everywhere is that halal certification will bring hustle to the industries and the fees and everything, but it is voluntarily so far. And if again the awareness about halal is about a good strategy and is about a good product, yeah, that we can cater not only Muslim needs and interests, but also the non-Muslim, I believe that this will be one of the biggest um, uh, economic development to the country. Yeah. So back to the question, second question, Sister Ulfa, which is very interesting now in the digital era where we buy everything, almost anything easily through internet, online, TikTok, Shopee, Lazada, and things like that. I believe in Indonesia as well. This is worldwide trends nowadays. And you ask whether how do we in Malaysia look upon the aspect of halal, whether that product is halal and how to verify the status of the product. Yeah, this is another challenge. This is the cumbersome happen everywhere in the world to meet whether it is halal or not halal because the product they buy not only from their countries, yeah, but also all over the world. That is why one thing about halal in Malaysia, we have collaborate with other countries and recognized by 88 countries. So we also look into halal from Indonesia, the logo of halal, and collaborate halal with Singapore, with Brunei, and a few other countries. There's more than 40 countries together with Malaysia that we also agree with the certification. If the certification is not from Malaysia but certified from Indonesia, we also accept that. For example, that's one thing. A second thing is that in order to verify whether it is halal or not, it's not only the agency can help, can assist, but also the individual customer must have this awareness to find out before they buy things online that they need to have this awareness and consciousness about halal. So halal intention is vital nowadays. Yeah, halal expects is the expectation to halal is very important, and therefore one of the program done by the government nowadays is to give halal awareness to the public. So whether you buy it online or offline, the idea is that you have the awareness to find halal product, halal foods. Yeah. So in Malaysia, we have that this app application named as Verify Halal. So they can scan through using their smartphone and see whether it is listed in halal jakim or not. Yeah, and they can always use any website and channels provided by the government. Yeah, through Facebook, through Instagram, through TikTok, for example. The Jakim, this agency has all these channels whereby the customer, the client, public can always ask through online as well, show to the authority, to the agency, whether this product is safe or halal or not. Yeah, so that is one way. But the most important is public awareness to find on their own. Ya, dulu-dulu misalnya Ibu ya, kita waktu di luar negara, misalnya saya di England belajar, kita ada kesedaran dengan melihat kepada ingredients kan. Kita E31 lah, ini itu tak boleh lah, coklat ni dia ada E31, 32 lah, tak beli, At that time we don't have this online system where we can verify it online, So with many channels from various authorities, everywhere we go, we can always check. But the most important thing is your intention, your halal intention, and your halal awareness. Okay. Hope I answer to your question. The third question just now is about the authority. Our brother asked me about who organized and manage halal in Malaysia. Halal in Malaysia, we have uh, authority in state level and we have authority in federal level. Yeah, in federal level, the central authority is government under the Prime Minister Office, which is Department of Islamic Development, Malaysia, called JAKIM. So in terms of producing and certified the halal logo, the authority is done by JAKIM. JAKIM will coordinate this for all industries, in Malaysia. But in order to inspect the product, the food in state level, each state has their own authority, because each state, the religious aspect is under the sultan and raja of each state. So anything to do with religious matter is under the state authority. But the jakim, the central one, is to coordinate and give awareness to all Malaysians in the country. But that is only in the aspect of halal certification. But in the other functions of halal, which is halal export, halal import, and things about economic activities, is done by HDC, the government, the central government, which is Halal Development Corporation Berhad. This HDC, Halal Development Corporation, will look at these activities, the economic activities, how to promote the small medium industries on halal product, for example. It's not JAKIM. JAKIM is just to coordinate about halal certification and halal logo. So any complaint about halal certifications will be solved and catered by the JAKIM. Okay? So this is might be different from Indonesia and how Indonesia coordinate the halal matters. Yeah. And final questions from Dr. I think I've answered all because Dr. Man, I didn't end questions to another speaker. I ask questions to our speaker from Tripoli University. Okay, that's all. Answer from me, Prof. Muslimin. Thank you so much, everyone. Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay. Uh, Sorry, there is a question about the process of certification of halal here in Indonesia from Majlis Ulama to the government officials. Now in the government, this is religious minister. What do you think in Malaysia? Is there or was there the same experience happen in Malaysia? Okay, Professor Syarifah.
Yes, in Malaysia, the authority JAKIM is under the authority of religious minister in Malaysia. So JAKIM is under religious minister in Malaysia, but the aspect of halal is JAKIM authority, whereby JAKIM got their officers to inspect all the aspect regarding halal, not the Jawatan Kuasa Fatwa. Jawatan Kuasa Fatwa will give fatwa on other aspects, yeah, not on halal product. Because halal product, we have our own officers who qualified to inspect together with other ministry, for example, Ministry of Health, if it regards on um, health matters, perubatan, for example, ya, ubat-ubatan misalnya, maka in that situation, the JAKIM officer will collaborate with scientists, will collaborate with Ministry of Health, yeah, not with Jawatan Kuasa Fatwa. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your answer. Okay, now is for Dr. Salem Mohammed Elkoshly, please.
نعم. أما بالسؤال للأخت المساواة بين المرأة بالناحية الاقتصادية، نعم. بالنسبة للمرأة في مجتمعاتنا كليبيا مثلا، لها حقوق ولها تنال المساواة في هذا كما نص بالشريعة الإسلامية. أعطى الإسلام حقوقا للمرأة كاملة، وهي تشارك الرجل في جميع المجالات، في الطب والتدريس والمصارف، ولها دور كامل في ليبيا، مما هناك مؤسسات تضمن حقوقها وتعمل بشكل طبيعي في كل المجالات الاقتصادية والعلمية. موجودة المرأة في الجامعات، وموجودة في الطب، موجودة في كل التخصصات، ولها دور كبير في تمثيل المجتمع. أما السؤال الثاني بخصوص الدكتور عدنان، الاقتصاد الإسلامي كفي دول شمال أفريقيا خاصة، وفي دول أفريقيا والشرق الأوسط اقتصاد جديد، لأنها البنوك كانت تشتغل تحت النظام التقليدي الربوي التي اشتغلت به الدول الأفريقية خاصة من شمال أفريقيا، لأنها كانت مستعمرة من قبل دول الاتحاد الأوروبي، فرنسا وإيطاليا، فكانت القوانين تخدم الربا ولا تخدم القانون الإسلامي. تغيرت المصارف من مراحل كما حدثت. هناك جزئين، انفصلت المصارف التقليدية على المصارف الإسلامية، ولكن الإشكالية كان في الهرم. لنفترض مثلا بنك الجمهورية كان في الأصل ربوي، وانقسم جزء شرعي وجزء تقليدي. بعد فترة 2012 ميلادي توقفت الربا والحمد لله نهائيا في ليبيا. أما بالنسبة للعمل للبنوك الإسلامية فهي محدودة جدا في المرابحة وبعض المشاركات الخفيفة التي لا تعد لا تحصى كثيرا، لأنها ما زالت في طور البناء. حتى في الجامعات لم يكن لدينا قسم الاقتصاد الإسلامي، والآن أصبح موجود في بعض الجامعات، ووضعت قوانين لسن هذه الاقتصاديات. بالنسبة للمعوقات والتحديات كما نتحدث، هناك عدة تحديات، منها طبيعية ومنها اجتماعية ومنها مادية. لو صنفنا دول شمال أفريقيا بعضها نفطية وبعضها غير نفطية. الاقتصاد النفطي في الدول النفطية مثل ليبيا هو اقتصاد ريعي، وليس اقتصاد يعتمد على الربح والخسارة في مؤسسات مثل دولة تونس. نأتي للجزائر. الجزائر دولة نفطية فلديها موارد اقتصادية، فلا اقتصاد ريعي مثل اقتصاد ليبيا. أي بمعنى في الميزانيات يتحكم في بعض الموارد ويدعم بعض السلع مثل البنزين وبعض المواد الغذائية. فلذلك عندما يحدث عجز أو شطب يقوم بتسديده من الخزانة العامة من الدولة. هذه الاقتصاديات أدت إلى تدني مستوى الفرد في هذه الدول، مما يجعل الاقتصاد الإسلامي صعب تطبيقه من الناحية التطبيقية وليس من الناحية العملية. فنجد المعوقات الأخرى التي تعيق دول شمال أفريقيا، مثلا الهجرة. هناك هجرة غير شرعية إلى أوروبا بشكل يفوق العدد متضاعف، كل سنة يزيد. هذه الهجرة تسرب بعض عقول الشباب للعمل إلى أوروبا. فلذلك الكادر الوظيفي خلق بطالة في المجتمع. نجد هذه الاقتصاديات تسير وفق نمط معين للتحديات القائمة. كما كانت هذه التحديات تقوم بها بالمساعدة ببعض الدول لتصدي لهذه الوضعيات حتى ينمو الاقتصاد بشكل اقتصاد إسلامي في هذه المساحة، لأن الاقتصاد الإسلامي يوفر القيم الأخلاقية والتوازن والعدالة الاجتماعية. من هذا المنظور نجد أن هذه التحديات للمصارف فهي حديثة للتغيير من مرحلة إلى أخرى. كما أشرت أنت قلت كيف في دول أفريقية خاصة كان النظام الوضعي التقليدي معمول به إلى الآن في القوانين والمحاكم لفض النزاعات. لنفترض هناك شركات قامت بالمرابحة أو قامت بكذا فلديها خسائر، فعندما تقوم في المنازعات في المحاكم نجدها أنها ذهبت إلى القانون الوضعي وليس القانون الشرعي. فهذا العوائق هي مما تعيق الاقتصاد الإسلامي في دوران العجلة الاقتصادية. هذه الأسباب، هناك أسباب بيئية أخرى تؤدي إلى تدني الاقتصاد مثل التصحر ونقص المياه والبطالة وغيرها وبعض الأحكام والتشريعات. أما في المعمول به موجود البنوك الإسلامية، مثال على ذلك دولة تونس، هناك بنك الزيتونة، في ليبيا هناك شركة الصرافية الإسلامية، وهي في إطار البداية عمرها جديد، ونأمل إن شاء الله بإذن الله تعالى تكون لها مستقبل مثل دولة أندونيسيا وماليزيا في البنوك الإسلامية من فترة سابقة، ولهم خبرة في هذا المجال في المؤسسات الجامعية والدورات والندوات. وشكرا دكتور عدنان إن شاء الله.
Yes, okay, thank you very much for our two presenters, Professor Syarifah and Dr. Salem Elkoshly, because after this session, we want to have a closing ceremony. Is that? Payah dulu. Berarti offline juga? Masih ada payah offline? Oh yeah, okay. Offline and online. Okay, sorry. So we still have another session of parallel session, but for those who want to have city tour, because some people, especially for foreigners who want to have city tour, then the committee of Manado will provide a special car for 3 or 4 people, I think, including Professor Ismail, Dr. Ziegenhain, and Dr. Salem Elkoshly. And the 4th is our Japanese college, Masna, Alsta, okay, sorry, I always forget. It is difficult for me to to spell the name, sorry. Yeah? And for the rest, I think we have short of break, maybe 5 or 10 minutes, but unfortunately there are nothing to eat and nothing to drink. Okay, then thank you very much. And before we close our session, first of all, of course, we will give applause for Professor Syarifah from University of Malaya, and also applause for Dr. Muhammad Salem Elkoshly. Because Professor Syarifah is not here, then we will send the certificate for you, Professor Syarifah, as our presenter. And for Professor and Dr. Salem Elkoshly, we want to give you special certificate from the Vice Director, Professor Yusuf Rahman. Okay? We close our session by reciting Hamdalah. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Please come forward and you receive special